think it's going to be a fascinating case because you have a disalignment, right? You have Roddy having a whole different take than the McMichaels. Question is, are they going to call the McMichaels to the stand? I mean, I think that's going to be fascinating to see how he tries to prove his innocence. So this is going to be a complicated and fascinating trial.
That is a big question, whether or not the McMichaels take the stand. I mean, if those body cam videos come in and their statements come in, there's no reason for them to take the stand. But we'll see how that all transpires. We're still in jury selection in Brunswick, Georgia, in the case against Travis and Greg McMichael and William Roddy Bryant, all three charged with the murder of Ahmaud Arbery. Let's bring in Court TV legal correspondent Julie Janae, who's joining us live from Brunswick tonight. Julia, great to see you. So what's going on there outside of the courthouse as we get ready for this trial to begin?
Vinny, here in Brunswick, we expect that things are actually going to change as far as what we've seen. Things have gotten a little bit quieter now that we are in day 10 of jury selection. Tomorrow, of course, being the 11th day, but it could be the last day that we hear any of these potential jurors being questioned. Now, the social justice organizers here, they say that with opening statements imminent at this point, they think their presence on the courthouse lawn is going to change. Take a listen.
This is a big week. We are bringing in lots of more people. If they're mad at our banner, if they're mad at our buttons, if they're mad at people being on the line, well, just get ready to be real mad because we're bringing a whole lot more people in. And we expect, major people like Reverend Jesse Lewis Jackson Sr. to come this week. We expect, we know that Cliff Albright of Black Voters Matters is coming. And we have a whole lot of other people who we're working on also to come. And people want to come. It's just amazing. People are just calling my phone right and left. They want to come. They want to be here for the Arbery family because this family has shown America how a family can stand up for justice and make justice happen.
And that was Barbara Armwine with the Transformative Justice Coalition. They've been out here. They've been the ones who have chartered the buses that have brought people here from all across the country. And they say they expect many more busloads of people coming here to Southeast Georgia, Vinny.
Okay, Julia, we just had some breaking news off the top of the show out of Wisconsin, the Kyle Rittenhouse trial. And they got a jury in one day. You just said tomorrow's day 11. Today was day 10 down in Brunswick. So where exactly are we in the process tonight?
Vinny, I thought I'd be bringing you some breaking news that tomorrow may be the day that we get the 64, but we're not even at the point that we will actually have a jury seated tomorrow. Defense attorneys are telling us they believe Thursday is going to be opening statements, but that's the earliest that it could be. One thing that was interesting about today, though, as far as the potential jurors who were questioned and one who was put on that amount of qualified jurors that we have 60 now. We need 64, but we heard from potential jurors who say they have a fixed opinion that's favorable to the defendants. Not something we've heard a lot during this pool. First, 344. This is one who was actually struck for cause because of his fixed opinion. He said, I don't see that they, meaning the defendants, have done anything wrong. I think that they did it in self-defense. He doesn't think that race played a part in the defendant's actions, and he said that he leans towards the defendant's side. He was struck for cause. But here's number 353. He did pass through and was qualified because he was able to say that he could set it aside. But what he said when he was being questioned during individual voir dire 353 is that he believes Arbery's death resulted from an unplanned escalation, that it should have been avoided, that Travis McMichael's intention was to hold Ahmaud Arbery until the police got there. And he said that Greg McMichael didn't even shoot Arbery, shouldn't be charged with murder, and that William Roddy Bryant shouldn't be guilty of murder. He doesn't think he should be guilty of murder because all he had was a cell phone. He said he has a problem with the murder charge and has a fixed opinion about that, but not about the case in general. The court was able to talk to him, rather the defense attorneys were able to rehabilitate him, and the court did allow him to pass and be qualified. So he will be part of that 64 once we get there. So that likely will happen tomorrow. That's the news out of Brunswick on day 11. See
All
there
right.
the pie chart.
Yeah, we're
60
getting
jurors
closer.
qualified so far. We are very close.
We're getting closer. That slice is getting smaller and smaller. Julie Janae, stand by. Let's bring back in the think tank. Michael Bixon, you are in Georgia. There have been a lot of jurors who've been qualified that had fixed opinions on both sides of all of this and are getting rehabilitated by the attorneys in the court. Your thoughts about how that will play out here in Georgia?
Well, I mean, as a juror, you can walk into a case with preconceived notions. The question is whether or not you can set those aside, whether or not you can still be fair and impartial and, watch the case and listen to the law and facts and come up with a verdict that's true to justice. I do think that you sort of do have an issue when you have a lot of them with these preconceived notions, because it does take a little bit more effort to make sure that they are setting those preconceived notions aside. But with a case as big as this, as much as it's been in the news and is exposed to people as people have been to the news, because it's all over the place, it's going to be hard to find somebody who doesn't have some preconceived notion about this case. But again, it's whether or not they can set that aside and still be fair and impartial. And I think hopefully they will be able to.
Okay, Casey, do they put those preconceived notions aside?
Honesty is the bedrock. You have to appreciate the honesty of these potential jurors, because they're not telling you what you want to hear. They're essentially being honest about their thoughts and opinions. But just as Michael said, we know that these potential jurors come in with preconceived notions. But the question is, are you willing to set it aside and apply the testimony, the facts, and evidence to the law, follow the law as the jury instructions are read by the judge? So although we appreciate the honesty, we want to ensure that the system is fair and that we get that fair and impartial panel.
Okay. Brian Weiss, all the attorneys, Casey, Michael Bixon, saying the right things. I know how that goes. You want to give me some reality, Brian? Neither side wants a fair and impartial jury. Both sides want someone that's going to be more sympathetic to their case. That last juror that was described by Julie Janae, the defense absolutely wants them on. They will do anything that they can to keep that juror on, like the prosecution would do with ones who see it the other way.
Vinny, you're 100% correct. Look, Robert Hirschhorn, who is the dean of voir dire experts, who was on court TV back in the good old days, used to say two things. Number one, we hope and we pray that jurors are telling us the truth when they say that they can set aside whatever preconceived notions they may have and decide the case on the law and the facts. But the corollary that Robert has always said is that no lawyer, neither side, prosecutors nor defense attorneys, has any defense against the stealth juror who wants on a jury for all of the wrong reasons and may ultimately be dissembling, which of course is a fancy legal term for lying, when it comes to telling the judge that they can set aside any preconceived notions they had and try this case on the up and up, man.
Yeah, and I think what makes it more difficult in a case like this is the video. So you're seeing the actual alleged crime, and you're seeing the alleged defense to that alleged crime as well. And you got to change your mind about what you're seeing in the video. To me, that's the real challenge in a case like this. But we'll see. Looking like Thursday there. That's going to be like, we'll be like 2 or 3 days into the Kyle Rittenhouse trial before this thing begins. All right. Think Tank staying with us. Still ahead.